Is that terrible? Okay. Wow, it's been a minute. So if you're new to my channel, somehow you're stumbling across it in the universe of YouTube, welcome. My name is Julie and I make videos somewhat inconsistently and I need to change that. So today I need to get my life sorted out. Well, I'm going to be going through my kids' clothes and toys and rooms because we've just started back at school. They've been back for about a week. I'm finally feeling like a person again, which it's taken a long time. My youngest one is 3 and I feel like now that she's going to school, life can kind of begin again for me. So I thought maybe I would catch you guys up on what I've been up to and maybe you can declutter along with me. When I don't know what to do or I feel like I'm waiting for the next steps, decluttering helps me feel more grounded. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So yeah, let's see what we got going on here. This kind of janky camera situation. We're gonna try our best. Okay. Okay, so we're also renovating our house. So I apologize. I've tried to close as many doors as I can. But yeah, let's see what has been happening. I personally find it incredibly hard to do any work-related stuff, like things for myself, while my kids are around. You know, like I've tried all kinds of iterations. I don't know about everybody else. I see these moms online and I kind of just have to move on from it. But they seem to be getting a lot of work done even though they have little kids at home. I suspect they have a husband to help them. And my husband is very helpful, but he has a full-time job and he travels a bunch. So yeah, that's why we're here. And that's why I apologize for not posting videos for the past 3 months of summer because it's just too much. I can't do it. So we traveled a bit in summer. That was kind of enlightening because it wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. And it just makes me think I need to stop pretending to be the person that I want to be and just be the person that I am. I've also been thinking about turning 40. So now, well, I've already turned 40. I'm already 40, but how that kind of like defines me now as a different person. Let's make this go up a little bit. And how I don't know. You know, when you're young, you always think 40 is so old. And yeah, it's all relative. 40 years old when you're 20. But it's not that old. And I feel like there are things we can do now to continue our quality of life for as long as possible. Like, I don't really feel that different. I don't think. From when I was 30. I probably look different. And all the sun damage is coming out, you know, on my face. And that kind of bothers me. And I'm trying to figure that out. But other than that, so we're doing that. So if any of you guys are sort of in your 30s, 40s, I don't know, even younger, and you're wondering like, how do we, for lack of a better term, like age gracefully? I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to age gracefully, but we'll try. Okay, what have we got going on here? There's just a lot of stuff everywhere. I need to figure this out. So yeah, I am trying to navigate this new phase of life where part of me like wants more kids because I love little babies, and another part of me is like, I need to move on to this next phase of being me. And like, that's kind of scary because this is the first time in my life, literally, that I can remember where I haven't been in school. I haven't had a job where I need to leave home and go work for somebody else and kind of, you know, my life is dictated by whatever job that is. I've always been in very like traditional jobs where I haven't had a baby at home. Use that as an excuse to not work formally, and I'm kind of like, well, what am I going to do with my time now that they're all at school and we're not planning to have any more kids? And I'm getting rid of baby stuff, and I'm like, maybe that'll make me feel better. Like, I really struggle with this idea of closing that chapter. Like, I thought I would just know and feel done. But like, I love little babies, but toddlers I find very hard. And it's like puppy syndrome, I think, you know, like you want the puppy, it's so cute, and then they grow up and you're like, okay, well, I have to be prepared to look after the fully grown adult dog. for their entire life, you know, and it's kind of the same with kids. It sounds terrible, but I'm really trying to find the joy in each stage of my kids' lives. They're now in like all kind of in different ages and stages, and it's only going to get more intense as they become preteens and teenagers and all this kind of stuff. But there's such freedom in that sometimes. Like, I want to travel. It's much harder to do that with babies and toddlers. It's easier to do that with older kids, I think. So I'm trying to figure out all of that stuff. So this is kind of the things that I'm going through my mind. And then all the pressure of like, well, what are you going to do now? And like, how are you going to make money? Or, you know, like, what is the plan? Like, you can't just sit at home like twiddling your thumbs. And something else that I've realized is that I cannot sit at home twiddling my thumbs. I actually really enjoy being busy and productive, I guess. And you have to ask yourself, well, are you like, is that a problem? Like, are you overproductive? You're running away from problems? But I don't think so. I think it keeps me out of trouble. And by that, I mean like doom scrolling on my phone for hours because I have nothing better to do. Yeah, I think it's good for me to have structure, especially by not having a regular 8-to-5 job that I'm just so indoctrinated in, even now, even though I haven't worked officially for nearly 4 years, which is wild, which has flown by. The 4 years have flown by, whereas the 8 years prior to that, so half of that time where I was working, it was a slog. It was so hard. I had 2 little kids. We were living in New York. I was working a full-time job. Oh, it was really tough. So like, I've really enjoyed this time. I mean, there's obviously hard moments when you have kids, and life, not even kids. But yeah, anyway, now I'm sneezing. So we moved into this house about 6 months ago, maybe. By far the biggest house we've ever lived in, which is a blessing and a curse, let me tell you, because obviously the bigger the house, the more things can kind of go wrong or need to be fixed. So there's that element. But actually what I think is, what I was more referring to is that we just have this tendency as humans to fill empty spaces, you know? And so like, I feel like I spent a lot of my YouTube channel career, whatever, touting decluttering and living small and all that stuff, and I still believe that and I still really like that. But now I'm realizing how tempting it is to just kind of not get rid of things because you have the space to quote unquote hide them and forget about them, you know? So apologies if past Julie was not empathetic towards people that live in bigger spaces and have a harder time. I think I had an easier time in a way of decluttering when we lived in New York because we just had no space to put anything. But I think the real art is like not buying the stuff in the first place, you know? Or like being really strict with returning things if you buy something and it's not right, because if it's not right the first sort of day or two that you get it, it's probably not going to be right later, you know? So now that my kids are at school, I really need to take more control and action of things so that we're all just happier. You know, we've really like changed our schedule up a lot, and I've broken all of my rules, which are to do less when it comes to like activities, but I'm trying a new strategy. As I said, I am happier, I think, when, well, I don't even think, I know, I'm happier when I have structure, when I feel like we have things to do, purpose, and so we're doing a lot more things on the weekends, like a lot more scheduled activities on the weekends than we've ever done before. We're doing things on Friday afternoon, which we've never done before, and we're busy, so the only time I get to myself is when they're at school. Yeah, I struggle sometimes with like, when do you like donate toys? At what point? Because I swear there are a lot of things they don't play with anymore, and but I'm worried that if I donate something, they're gonna ask me for it and they're gonna remember, and now they're older, they're definitely gonna do it. But we're gonna try a strategy. I'm gonna put all of the soft toys, the fluffy toys, in this big tote, and I'm gonna put it somewhere that's accessible, but I doubt they'll even notice where it is, and we'll see. if anything happens, and we'll give it like 6 months or something. This one, like we have these blocks that are really nice, these like tegu blocks that people have given us. They have not played with them in forever, so I'm going to put them in one of my trusty, they're so nice, like I can't just, I don't know, I'd like to rather, I don't know, I don't want to declutter them and then they want to play with them. They're such a good, you know, they're such a wholesome toy, but you know, they always want to go for the bright, loud, shiny, obnoxious things. I'm putting in one of my little zip bag things, pouches. I'm going to put it away and see if anyone notices it, takes it out or whatever, and maybe my sister will want it, I don't know, for her kids. I don't know. It's taken up valuable real estate, so we are going to change that up. What else can I tell you guys? So we've been in this big house. We're still renovating. We kind of took a break and now we're renovating again. Things we couldn't, like one of the bathrooms started leaking, so we really had to fix that. We were not intending to, rather, let's just say that. And we're trying to create like a guest room, so when we have family in town, we have a place for them. So it's a whole thing, but it's fine because it's on the other end of the house. This is all like a one-story house, so we kind of live on one side, and then that other side is where they're making noises and renovating and whatever. But it means we can't use our garage or driveway. We've already got nails in the cars, like the tires. So you know, like renovating is like, it's always fun, right? But it'll be worth it. It's like childbirth. So we're doing that, and then my husband's going to start traveling even more, I think, as the year kind of progresses. We've really hiked up the activities, so I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Okay, because yeah, I'm curious to see how this is all going to pan out, because as I said, we've never done so much. We've never packed our schedule so full with kids, and I've always been of the impression that they need time to play and just do nothing, and they do, and I guess they have that, but it's this very delicate balance of them having too much time where they're bored, they just want to watch TV, they want to eat like snacks because I think they're bored, not hungry. I mean, that's what I think. And I'm always just, I don't know, I always kind of say to my husband, like, am I doing this properly? Am I doing this right? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, there's no manual here and there's no instructions, and I feel very out of my depth a lot of the time. So, okay, we have a lot of, we're also potty training at night time, so there is, sometimes she's actually been really good. There are definitely there's a lot of washing, so, but that's okay, that's okay. We have all these baby blankets, like what do I do? Oh my gosh, what do I do with all the baby stuff? You know? You let go, like fully let go. Like monogram things, like, ugh! How do I do that? How do I let go of that? Monogram blankets? Do I keep it for them? We do not need all of these. Okay. Whoa, why is that so loud? What is the time? Okay, not that long. It's like 15 minutes. See whether they notice that I packed these all away. Turns out I cannot declutter and talk. So I'm gonna keep doing this for a little bit and then I'll be back. I am most definitely still making my way through all of this stuff. You know, we gotta jump back into it. And I would love to hear if you guys have anything you want me to cover specifically. I really want to start, I don't know what to say. I want to say romanticizing, promoting. I want to work on health, fitness, mental health, just sleep, fulfillment as I age, as we get into like later life. I don't even know. Like, I just think there's so much, I mean, the internet is obviously saturated with teeny boppers, and that's perfectly fine. But I don't know how many people in my generation are making videos about what it's like to be this age, in this stage of life, with like middle childhood kids that are starting to develop their own lives. And what does this mean for you? Your identity is changing all the time as a mom, as a woman, as a person, you know. So that's what we're doing here. I hope you'll join and, you know, hang out with me as I bumble my way through life. But it feels good to be back and filming again. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be here for many reasons. But yeah, I love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye.